Welcome to the Global Academe in 15 minutes. For educators, for questions, one goal: advancing education. Join us as global perspectives spark dialogue and shape the future of learning. Because in just 15 minutes, the Academe goes global. From José Rizal University, Philippines, Maria Claire Guevara, School Principal. From Universitas Indonesia, Indonesia, Yvonne Nafi, Law Lecturer. From José Rizal University, Philippines, Ivory Joy Malineo, Marketing and Communications Director. And from HUTech, Dr. Lee Ten Tam, Vice President of Ho Chi Minh City University of Technology, HUTech. The first question: in the age of AI, where translation and data are instant, why do we still need formal global partnerships between universities?
Okay, so increased exposure to open AI tools should be balanced with intentional, people-centric engagements. Yes, technology accelerates learning, but we need to double down on activities that prioritize human connections, such as student learning networks. Like here in JRU, we collaborate with different students internationally. We also have project-based learning. And because we believe that meaningful face time delivers more value than passive screen time on social platforms. This approach strengthens core human competencies that, yes, AI can support, but never replace.
Yeah, I completely agree with what Mom Claire said, but I think in the context of the legal education, it's a bit different. The technology can absolutely help us, the students, to access the information faster. You know, the students can summarize cases, translate journal articles, and even compare regulations across countries with seconds. But that's at the same time, studying law is never only about finding the right answer, but it is also about learning how to debate, negotiate meaning, and understand the social realities. And that is why human engagement still matters, especially for Indonesian law students. So I think global partnership remain essential, not despite AI, but precisely because AI is becoming more dominant in education right now. So I think it's remain essential for the global partnerships to be exist.
Thank you, Yvonne, for that. To echo that in terms of marketing and communication. So yes, AI can make information faster and more accessible, but education has never been only about information. So as educators like ourselves, we still need meaningful human partnerships like the two of you mentioned earlier, because students learn best through real collaboration, cultural understanding, and of course shared experiences. Global partnerships only allow universities to exchange not only technology and knowledge, but also values, perspectives, and opportunities that help students grow into globally competitive and socially responsible professionals. In the Philippines, especially in JRU, we see AI is a powerful system for learning, but not a replacement for human connection, because technology can only open doors, but partnership between universities like us can create the environment where students can build empathy. It's very important. Communication skills, leadership, and innovation. These are human strengths that no machine can fully replicate.
At HUTech and also in the context of Vietnam, we see AI is very powerful tool. But education is still ultimately about people. AI can help us translate our language, access information quickly, and connect information globally. But it cannot fully replace human understanding, cultural exchange, and real collaboration between universities. For Vietnamese students, international partnerships create opportunities not only to learn new technology, but also to experience different ways of thinking, working, and solving problems together with global partners. Because through exchange programs, joint research, or international projects and collaboration with universities abroad, students they can become more confident, open-minded, and globally ready.
Next question: how do international partnerships influence the future of AI education?
Yes, international partnerships play a vital role in shaping the future of AI education. It strengthens two things. First, technological skills. Second, strong human values. By allowing schools to learn globally from one another and grow together, we gain access to shared expertise, like what? Like teaching resources and global perspectives. These help us prepare our students for a rapidly changing, interconnected world.
Yeah, I totally agree with what Ms. Claire said. But I think for students in countries like Indonesia, AI can definitely open many doors. It helps students participate more confidently in the global discussions because language is becoming less of a barrier. And I think this global partnership can also help them to build their confidence, where they can access more research, understand different legal systems, and connect more easily with scholars from countries.
Like you mentioned about balanced conversations, Yvonne. In the Philippines, for us in higher education, the goal really is not to simply produce students who can know how to use AI tools. Our goal really here, I think also in Vietnam and Indonesia, we want to develop graduates who can really think critically, right? It's to communicate effectively, I think Dr. Sharma mentioned, solve real-world problems and use technology responsibly. When us as universities work together globally, I think students become more adaptable, culturally aware, and future-ready, because AI is no longer the future. Future AI is here. So it's very important as educators to bridge that and expand opportunities for learning and innovation and inclusion. All nationalities and all races.
I agree with Ivory that international partnership help AI education become more practical, more ethical, and also more connected to real global needs. And as our institution who take us, we also working with UCD and international organizations from many different countries. We exchange expertise, share learning resources, and explore new teaching methodology related to AI, digital transformation, and emerging technology. AI developing very, very fast. UCD cannot work alone anymore. Through collaboration, we can learn from international experience while adapting AI education to local context, local realities, and community needs. And more importantly, our partnership remind us that AI education should not only focus on technology, but also human values, responsibility, and sustainability.
The third question: what is the one thing a human partnership provides that an AI-simulated collaboration cannot?
So the truest measure of competencies lies in human partnership. Just like during the time where Yvonne and I engaged in the Vincent Dalion Global Research Fellowship, right? And during the time where we attended in the Young Global Leaders Forum, where Miss Ivory and I met Dr. Li Tian Trang, right? So this is where we showcase our ability to connect, listen, and co-create meaningfully with others. So no matter how advanced artificial intelligence becomes, it cannot replicate the depth of empathy, trust, or shared understanding that emerges from a genuine human interaction, right? Yeah. So thank you for agreeing, Yvonne. So I think it's the truest measure of competencies. Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I totally agree. I'm so sorry, the connections, because of the connections. Yeah, I think the AI cannot replace the human side of learning. Yeah, especially also in law, we are constantly dealing with real social issues, like what I learned from India when I visited India. Like Indonesia and India is a bit quite similar when we face inequality and discriminations family dynamics, access to justice, and so on and so forth. So these kind of issues require empathy and cultural understanding and not only data. So, for example, in Indonesia, many legal issues are deeply connected to local values, religion, and community practices. And AI may understand the text of the law, but it cannot fully understand the emotions, experiences, and sensitivities behind it. So that is absolutely, I agree, why human partnerships, conversation, and exchange between students and universities still matter so much. Yes.
Yeah, Gon, I totally agree with you. Because in marketing communications, yeah, there's AI. AI can help you really create projects, proposals, strategies, and all that stuff. But there's nothing beats really the personal connection, especially us talking to students. Yeah, we can get insights from AI that yeah, students like this and like that. They're Gen thing, but really when you have a one-on-one connection with students, it really provides trust and understanding. Miss Claire mentioned about empathy. No way I can do empathy to any human being. So
True.
yes, AI can assist us with speed, can help us with automation, analysis, and all that stuff. But I think the real collaboration is really built on human experience. Like Dr. Trang, I met Dr. Trang during our Vietnam visit. We only had encounters for like a in class, but really from that today forward, we still keep that connection. It's really important in a university setting because students look up to us. Like I think they can grow because everyone and the management, our universities are also growing as a human being. There's human connection. So that's why I believe that even though we're living in an AI-driven world, relationships remain to be at the heart of education.
Yeah, I fully agree with Claire and Ivory that we had a very meaningful meeting, collaboration, engagement, and you think that collaboration very critical, and we think that trust and human connection also very important for the partnership. AI can stimulate conversations, process information, and even generate ideas. But partnerships are built through shared experience, empathy, trust, understanding, and long-term relationship between us, between people, between our institution. And in education, human connection is still matters deeply because learning is not only about information, it's also about inspiration, mentorship, and growing together.
The final frame.
So it's really a very good discussion. And I could say that integrating AI in education is really essential nowadays as it strengthens teaching and learning. It empowers critical thinking and also, most importantly, it prepares our student for a digital future. While upholding ethics, academic integrity, human values can only be attained through genuine human, specifically university partnerships. That is where José Rizal University is now like directing our path to more human and university partnerships globally. And I'm very happy for this time that we have this kind of conversation. Thank you.
Yeah, it goes the same with also the law students. AI should be seen as a tool, but not as a substitute of human connection. And also the same with Mom Claire, like for the critical legal thinking process. And I think the global partnerships remain essential, not only to expand access, network, but to ensure also in terms of legal knowledge, it is developed through dialogue, through contacts, and especially through shared responsibilities and between humans, not machines. So yeah, I think global partnerships is still remains essential. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Yvonne. And I agree with Claire. It's really a nice conversation among three universities. So, like I've mentioned earlier, AI is no longer the future. It is already part of our daily present reality in education. So the challenge for us now as educators is not to worry whether we should use AI, but how can we use it positively, ethically, and meaningful, especially for students. In their review, we believe AI really should be empowered in using learning. It strengthens our critical thinking, improve our creativity, and of course expand opportunities like this for collaboration across borders. So, but at the same time, especially upholding our core values, we continue values that define education. Of course, integrity, compassion, communication, and purpose. So, like 10 years ago, technology is different. So, technologies will continue to evolve. But our mission together, our mission remains the same, to prepare students not only for their career but for their life.
Oh yeah, I'm very happy that we have very common idea. That
Great.
we see AI not as a replacement for educator or human collaboration, but is it as a tool to support our teaching and learning, innovation, and expand learning opportunity. In Vietnam and at HUTEC, we see that AI open exciting opportunity, but we also believe the future of education must remain human-centered, because technology can accelerate learning, but values such as trust, collaboration, partnership, creativity, compassion will continue to define meaningful education. That is why global partnership remain essential.
Class dismissed.
Terima kasih. Salam dari Universitas Indonesia.
AI can process the data, but only human partnerships can provide the purpose. We've had 15 minutes to see the world through a new lens. Now it's your turn to focus. This is the Global Academe in a 15-minute lens. Stay curious, stay global. Catch you on the next drop.